Well, here we are, and it's Friday, actually kind of early for an accountability call. 3:57. I have a business presentation coming up at 6, and no doubt Michelle is as busy as she always is, so we got the accountability call a little earlier today. But I'm fascinated, because I think there's a little bit of good news, so I'm fascinated to hear how this call is going to be today. So I'm going to bring on the very lovely, the very wonderful, the superb merengue dancer, senior consultant, Miss Michelle Shaffer.
Yes, very talented. Thank you so much. No applause, no applause.
I bet you can merengue. I don't even know what a merengue is. I thought that was like a dessert. I think all those meringue and then kind of similar.
Not even happy hour yet.
I know. All right, well, it's Friday, obviously, as you can tell by our jovial attitude, although we're like this every day, I think, pretty much. And I am fascinated to hear how we got on today. So, Michelle, lay it on me.
Well, you know what? I had a very interesting day. First thing this morning, I had 2 appointments, actually a coffee and a lunch. The lunch was with Lane, who was a friend, the musician, friend of,
yep.
Just a friend of ours that we would always see him at our favorite restaurant. He worked there when he wasn't, doing his music thing. And so the other person was Sterling, and Sterling had seen the business before, and we were going to have coffee and kind of take another look and just kind of review everything. And I really thought Sterling was going to be a shoo-in, and Lane was going to be the long shot. But turns out, Sterling called this morning. Her poor little pumpkin son was sick, had strep throat, so she had to reschedule for next Tuesday. And I went and had lunch with Lane, and he thought it was a great idea. I had just texted you to do a 3-way call because you're a musician as well. And I was like, so what do you think? And he's like, well, this looks great. And I was going to put you on the line, and I said, so let's get started. And he said, okay. So I didn't even put you on the call.
Yeah, don't. Don't. If that, in fact, that's a good lesson. Is very often some people will be like, oh, I've got to get on the 3-way call because it's so drummed into us. Someone says, yeah, okay, I'm ready to go. And they say, well, hold on a second. Let me put you on a 3-way call. No. If the 3-way call is absolutely 100% important, unless they say, I'm ready to go. In which case, the 3-way call happens after everything's signed up as to introduce them to their upline or whatever it is. So good job. Well done. So he signed up.
Yeah. So I'm just getting ready to send out a text. Normally when somebody comes in my business, I send a text to the whole team letting them know that to welcome them. And then I usually put a thing on Facebook so everybody can see their picture and say hi and,
Fantastic. So can we put this one down to the Purge call?
Oh my gosh, for sure. Yes. This is absolutely because, I think this is probably one of the best weeks I've had. I wasn't so happy because this week I didn't have a lot of appointments this week per se, but I've scheduled a ton of appointments. And so this was just kind of like the icing on the cake.
Yeah, and that's very interesting. Again, to hear from someone who already is busy, who's already successful, and then she says this is one of the best weeks we've had, and it's just down to the fact that we're just getting organized, on the Purge call. That, guys, listen to that. Success leaves clues, and there's one right there. If you ever looked at Michelle's business and saw how successful she is, she's a little under the radar as far as, getting up on stage and this type of thing. She's done a few of those and will do more. But this girl knocks it out the park. And even someone as successful as her is having a great week, if not one of the best weeks, because she just got organized through the Purge call. So I appreciate you being vulnerable and talking about that, and nothing better than it proving successful. And not only people are looking at the business, but someone actually joined. Bearing in mind we're only looking for that really hot 3, that's 33% of the work done. So good job. That's really, really good. So, another musician in the team. That's fantastic. We'll have to form a band so we can start gigging at the team dinners and stuff. That's great. Well done. Fantastic. And I think from what I hear as well, I think you really jumped on it real quick. Because the one thing we also do is we try to get people qualified very quickly. It's kind of similar to Brian McClure's training when he's talking about his paradigm shift. There was talk of, as soon as you get someone in the business, we help them get their customers as quickly as possible. And I believe, Michelle, you jumped straight on with this guy and you got him qualified really quickly with his customers, right?
Yeah, he had time this afternoon, so we sat there and I said, we're going right to your power zone. We're going to get you customer certified and get that done. And then, so we did that and we got his customer certification. Then we went right in and got him registered for registered for simulcast and got that all taken care of and started some training. And I set up an appointment for next Wednesday for him to get some bills for us to, go through and taught him about, the Purge Call and the system, and this is what we're going to do, and we're going to talk every day, and this is how it works. So his homework was to go start on his written list and collect bills.
Fantastic. So that you just heard right there what you do when someone starts. That's it. You get them started, get them qualified. Michelle helped him get his customers. And that's already done. I know he's qualified. She's already set the future trainings up, which again are fairly simple, but they have to be done. And the training is twofold. One is obviously teaching him about the system, but there's not a whole lot to do because she's going to plug him into the Purge Call, and we do all the work for her because on Sunday we do the training, and he's going to have a regular system just like Michelle did, and then gathering customers. She's going to have a gathering customers training where he will borrow some bills. We try to aim to borrow 10 bills. He'll bring them along, and Michelle will teach him how to read electricity bills. And in there probably will be some more customers. So that is the perfect way to get someone set up. So great job. So Purge Call helped you get the calls done. You obviously did a great presentation, and I'm sure you did it, like hit play and have him watch. You had a 3-way call set up, ready to go, didn't need it because he got signed up straight away. You immediately got his customers in, immediately set up all his trainings and get them plugged into the Purge Call. Perfect. That's exactly what you need to do. And now he cannot fail but to be engaged and in the Purge Call and find his 3 people. So that's perfect. It's duplication. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Not that you need to have done anything else today after a day like that, but did you manage to get anything else done?
Say that again. I'm sorry, Richard.
Did you fall asleep? Was I that boring?
No, I have lots of distractions that are just unavoidable, as usual.
I understand that. You're a mom. I understand. I was just saying that I know you've had a good day already. Was there anything else you managed to get to today?
I did. Believe it or not, I did manage to get a few other things done today besides chaos. I practiced my invitation for David, the guy that is flipping houses. And I called him up. It was very interesting. I did get a hold of him, and I told him that, I said, hey, how are you doing? I said, Scott had told me that you guys are flipping houses, and I think that's awesome. That is a, smart business move. I've thought about doing that many, many times, but just, we just never pulled the trigger on that. It's just a big commitment to flip houses. And he said, it's really tough. And I said, well, I don't know if you're aware of this, but, Scott and I started our own business. We're having great success. And I don't know if you knew this either, but Ryan is going to Fort Worth Christian, and our business is taking care of all of that, and it'll take care of his college. So we're really doing well. I'd love to get together with you next week, catch up on business and catch up with you and sit down and chat. are you free, Tuesday or Wednesday? And he said, yeah, that sounds really good. Here's what he said. Is it something related to, how did he say it? Is it something related to housing? Not housing. What did he say? I think it was something like that.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, is it related to his business? And so I kind of got a little bit of attitude, like he wasn't interested in, he didn't want anything that was going to be a waste of his time. Not that anybody would, but
right.
He was kind of direct about that. And I said,
well, the thing about that is you don't know what you don't know. And
right.
So you are merely going to inform him of alternatives. The one thing I guarantee is he does not have residual income and he does not have recession-proof income. So boy, does it relate. That relates to any businessman. I don't care what business you're in. You should always have a plan B.
I got to get, my son has called 5 times, and I'm assuming he's in trouble, so I have to take this call. I'm so sorry, Richard.
Hey, no problem. You go, and I'll sign out from the call, let everybody know, and we'll speak again on Sunday. You go, sweetheart. Okay. All right, guys. There you go. Very interesting call there. With David, and as I say, the thing is, with someone, very often business owners can be a little bit alpha, and very much into their own business. But the thing is that again, as I was saying, you don't know what you don't know, and I think Michelle has done the right thing to get together and say, well, let's talk about each other's businesses. Absolutely, there's synergy between his business and Michelle's. He's signing up new houses and obviously or building houses. And flipping houses, and so there's an opportunity for him to be able to switch them to Ambit. So there's a good opportunity there. But at the same time, he should know that there is an opportunity for an Ambit business. We all know on this call how great this business is, and the thing is, there are many people in this business who are probably way out earning his business with all residual income. And so my approach that I'll talk to Michelle about after I've signed off with you guys is to talk to him on a business level and say, well, look, your business is a great business, obviously, but all it's going to take is one recession or one downturn in the market, and the housing market is going to tank. What do you have as a plan B? And when I'm talking to business owners, I'll very often say, well, how many of your businesses or is your business recession-proof, or does it give you any kind of residual income just in case you can't work? And, if someone then is responsive and accepts that, then great. Then you've got something to talk about. And if not, no problem. If he doesn't want to do it, we don't care. We just want him the opportunity to take a look. If he doesn't want to look, there's nothing you can do. He just won't be one of your 3. You only need 3. But again, it's worth it with the business people, because if they get it, they really get it. If they don't, they really don't. So it's nice and quick and easy. But if you look at many of the yellow jackets and purple jackets, you will find that they are people who are business owners. All right. Well, with that, guys, thanks very much.
Richard,
I'm back. Oh, you're back. Oh, okay, great. Everything okay, I hope?
Everything is fine. Roman called me incessantly to let me know that him and his friend are at the park.
Oh. He's a good boy. Well, he knows his life isn't worth living if he doesn't keep his mom informed. Yes, and he doesn't know how to text, so that's why he has to. Of course. All right. Well, I just covered the David situation, and so is there anything else that got done today that we need to talk about? Yeah, the only other one was I finally got a hold of Melissa. Oh yeah. I called the office. She wasn't there. And by the way, the whole David thing, I was kind of proud because that was, for whatever reason, he was just on my chicken list. And like I said, I think that was just in my head because he was more of a friend of my husband's than a friend of mine. Mm-hmm. But I did finally get a hold of Melissa. She's the one I was going to stop at her office. She was not at the office today. I did get a hold of her. I called her, and unfortunately, her father-in-law just passed away. Oh, and okay. So, yes. And so we are going to get together late next week. Okay. And set up an appointment. Okay, and what did you actually make an invite, or was it how did that work?
No, she just said, "Hey, what's going on?" And I said, "Hey, I wanted to get together and have lunch." And so it was. I did make it just let's get together and catch up with each other and the kids and all that. And so that'll probably be a two-part thing.
Yeah, perfect. And make sure you don't confuse the two. And I know you know this, but this is for people who are on the call, is if it's a two-part thing, unless they're kind of really, really begging or it is unbelievably appropriate to talk about the business on that first meeting, make it, if that's your decision to make it a two-meeting, make it a two-part meeting and make the first one a genuine, being interested in what's going on, looking for pain and this type of thing, and then a second meeting for the business. So, yeah, absolutely right. There's absolutely it's relevant for a two-part meeting sometimes. Again, we only need 3, so let's be patient.
Yeah. So that was it. I considered that a very successful day and a very successful Purge week. Very successful.
Yeah. Okay, my Bluetooth just switched off, so I suddenly went from my headset to my phone. So, okay, was there anything else that we need to talk about today?
No, I think that's it. I thank you so much. It was just fantastic to just get this done this week. I wish, like I said, I had been more diligent about, doing it. Now that I have another accountability partner, moving forward after, being your victim. And I think it'll be much, much easier to stay on track and make sure, because now I know I have.
Yeah, I know who the partner is. You've got a really good accountability partner who will hold you accountable, and you can hold her accountable as well. And I think what's really interesting, because you are so busy, the difference where real structure and accountability, the difference it makes. It's kind of an interesting paradigm. Working, it's almost a little bit more job-like. There's a little bit of I've got to call the boss type scenario. It's obviously it's not that, but it's kind of like that. So I'm glad you someone of your level got some real benefit from the call. But thanks very much for getting on the call, guys. We will be having obviously our second Sunday with Michelle, where we'll go through the week and we'll purge the people who need to be purged. And we'll plug the people in who need to be plugged in, and we'll really establish the ones that are maybes. Are they maybes? Are they yeses? Are they no's? And we'll get everybody set up for their week next week, and that's what we'll be doing on Sunday. So, guys, make sure you're on that call Sunday night at 8 o'clock, and I look forward to seeing everybody there. Alrighty, well, thanks very much, guys, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Thanks, then. Bye-bye now.